Hey, so thanks for clicking on the video. Today we're going to cover kind of sales sequencing and how we sequence flash sales and event style sales at our agency. I was going to cover Black Friday, but I think it deserves its own video that I'm going to put together in the next couple of months before Black Friday so that you could watch that and plan your Black Friday and get the maximum amount of revenue from your list during that period. So my name's Kyle. I'm the founder of Ascension Mail, and we manage email marketing for about 11 six and seven figure ecom brands. And this video is the first in a series of more tactical videos that are going to give you a couple of takeaways that you can implement into your business this month to drive more revenue from your email list. So if you find this video helpful, just please leave a like and a comment to help me out with the algorithm. So these videos are specifically made to help you if you're in that $50,000 to $500,000 per month range and you want to get more bang for your buck out of your email marketing. So if you're doing less than 50K per month, I suggest that you just set up like a good welcome flow and a good abandoned checkout and abandoned browse flow, but spend more time, cracking the front end. That's a little bit more important than sending campaigns and sending these types of sales sequences. So now that we've got that out of the way, we can kind of get into it, right? So as I said, we're going to cover flash sales and event style approaches. So your event sales are like your 4th of July, end of financial year, Memorial Day, things like that. And then flash sales are just if you want to push a little bit more revenue throughout the month. And we'll cover them first, and they're really, really simple. So we did a sale for one of our brands. This is one of our smaller brands that we've worked with for quite a long time. So you're not going to see big, massive numbers in the revenue generated, but I will show you kind of the conversions that something like this and the engagement that you can get and the revenue you can build from even having quite a small list. So the sale really is quite simple. A flash sale should be, as the name suggests, a flash sale. They shouldn't know it's coming. It should be up for a limited amount of time, and it really should just push that kind of scarcity and urgency that the sale is only a short period of time and you will miss out. The thing you need to be kind of cautious of with your list is ensuring that you are authentic with the times that your sales are on for, when the codes expire. Because if you're driving a lot of repeat purchases and you have a lot of brand loyalty, people will take notice of that. And if you're leaving codes up for ages, then there's going to be no urgency. So we ensure that our codes are always disabled when we say they're going to be disabled, and the sale only runs for this period of time. So as you can see here, really the sale is quite simple. It's just a hero image design, nothing else, just pushing the sale. It's a flash sale, save for the next 48 hours. The code's simple, Mother's Day. We have, one of our target customers shouting out our mums, designed in a mum style, and then a big call to action. So there's nothing really that they can get distracted with when someone opens this email. If they need coffee and they want to save for the next 48 hours, they're just going to click through and this will take them to a general collection page. Then 24 hours later, we have the next email, which is just, again, a really simple plain text email. Hey, first name, and there, our Mother's Day flash sale is still running until 4 p.m. tomorrow. Use the code MUM15 at checkout, click here to check out. And we sent this from our founder, and he'll often get higher open rates and higher click-through rates. Another note, if you're sending emails from the founder, it's good to use them somewhat sparingly because it keeps the punch of them. And you can really, when you change the sender name in Klaviyo, it'll show up as like we do, John from Aussie Veterans. So when people are receiving normal Aussie Veterans emails, it's just going to be from Aussie Veterans. But when they come from John, it feels a little bit more important, sticks out in their email, and they want to hear from John. So we don't send it from him in every sale, but we pick and choose and we use it kind of sparingly. So as you can see here, small list sent to around 1,000 people in the first one, and then we kind of excluded the unengaged people in the next email, and we can generate about $1,500 over the weekend just for a simple sale like that with a bunch of conversions, pushing on that the urgency that the sale is going to end. So something simple like that is easy to put together, easy to design, quick for you if you're managing the email marketing yourself, or you have, a freelancer doing it or someone in your team doing it. This can be whipped up in, 20 minutes at maximum. So if you think about that in a month, if you're sending, 3 campaigns a week on average, there's 20 minutes worth of work for a good return. And that's what a lot of this series is going to be. This YouTube series is how can you get the maximum ROI out of your list for the minimum amount of time. Okay, so moving on to the bigger kind of sale events. For this one here in Australia, we're doing an end of financial year sale in June. It fits quite well with the weather as well because it's cold. People are drinking more coffee, so we talk a lot about that in the messaging. But as you can see here, this is 5 emails long. Again, quite a small list, so we don't want to hammer too many emails like twice a day or whatever. Most of the people who are going to buy immediately and at the end, and you'll see that there. But something really good to do to drive engagement and get people hyped up is send a hype email. So this is a couple of days before the sale. We'll let them know that, the sale starts on this date. It's going to be bigger than usual. We'd love them to be a part of it. And again, this comes from John. I've picked, 2 sales sequences with him, but it's good to use because, the rest of the emails are going to come from the brand itself, but sending emails from the founder or from, a character that you've developed in your brand can be super helpful to drive a lot more, awareness that the sale is actually taking part and that, it'll make people look out for the emails in their inbox. Something like this as well will also drive some revenue. Some people will just get the message. They don't want to wait. They know they need coffee. So it's good to hit the whole list because you'll get quite good engagement, a lot of click-throughs. Something else that you can do is a couple of days before, you can say, register for early access and then send like an early access email to your VIPs. So if anyone clicks through, they'll receive like an early access email. We didn't do that with this one, but they can often work quite well. So then you've got your first sale email, second, third email. We have a little bit more detail, a little bit more copy here, being relevant to the time of year, people doing their taxes, stuff like that, and just copy about trying to help them out and being there for them. And then we just have like a general collections section, and they all just link through. Next email, again, a little bit more simple. We've got the same hero image section, code, stickers, relevant imagery, big button, telling people when the sale is going to end, giving them a little bit of a countdown that there's 4 days left, and a little bit of just, fun copy about this time of year, and then a call to action. Then again, even more simple in the next one, people may have read one of these first 3 emails. We don't need to keep on harping on about why they should stock up. So just hitting them with like a little bit of, UGC, showing the people who's drinking the coffee, simple details about the sales coming to an end on Sunday. It's 20% off, use it or lose it. And then a final, plain text email from the company, really simple, stock up, last chance. As always, thank you for your support. So a sale like this, if we look at the kind of revenue driven from this, we had 5 sales on the hype email. Some of those might have been overlap from, the day before, depending on the last email that they looked at and the attribution. But we got a couple of sales, and then the next email drove a ton of sales, which is like quite high for this brand, $1,800 generated from the single email. Super high engagement with the click-through rate. And then, as we progress through, we're sending to smaller and smaller segments because we don't want to continue to include all of the completely unengaged people on the list because, we want to manage that open rate and keep it at a reasonable level, 30 to 40%. If you go any lower than 30%, you should really start to be getting a little bit concerned, and that's going to be hurting your deliverability. So as you can see, high engagement the first email, again, really good engagement the second email, a little bit of a drop off with the third email, and then that plain text last minute kind of super urgent email that drove a little bit more revenue. So if you kind of extrapolate that out to your list, if you have a much larger list, you can kind of see the conversion rates and all that stuff. So I think these are like 2 really good examples of what you can do with the sale themselves, and how to structure them throughout the month and throughout the year. So as I said, this is the first video in kind of this series of tactical stuff that I'm going to be giving away. I might be a little bit rusty. Again, first YouTube video in quite a while. So if you've got any tips, if you want me to include anything else, maybe on how to actually write the emails with AI super quick, we can do that in a separate video. But just in general, let me know if this was helpful and if there's a topic in the future that you want me to cover. If you are running an ecom brand doing over $50,000 per month and you want our help implementing strategies like these, you can go to the description box and just click the book a call link, and we can see if we're a good fit for one another. Otherwise, have a great day, hit the like button, subscribe for more. Thank you.